Hi, I'm the creator of this map, Trent. This will be on my YouTube that I upload my gaming videos to because ease of convenience, I'm not afraid of giving my name out. It's been around on my YouTube channel, which is not the most family friendly, which I will be attempting to make this video language free. But as a brief rundown, I'm going to open up with some background on this, on why this was created, how it was created. Well, not how it was created, but why it was created, and then I'll get into the general key rules regarding this room, and that includes some like relatively major hints that I probably tried to include in the description of the Steam workshop, but then again, it probably didn't come out that well. Uh, and then I'll go into a video guide, probably through each individual room, or maybe I'll do it just in a flow-wise manner because it's a lot harder to do as one person. It's going to take me a lot longer to run through it as one person than it would for three. So, some context for this map. I created it initially for the uh, what is it? The initial startup competition for creating different maps. I was like, I might as well try and do something interesting. So I was like, I'll make a three-player asymmetrical game or escape room because three is a weird number. It's below four, so you don't have an even number. A lot of games are like, oh, two-player co-op or four-player co-op. Not many fill that niche of three, which I know some of my friends and I have some trouble when we have three and we're waiting for the fourth. So I figured, well, I'll just make three. Um, the I will say I apologize in advance. It's incredibly cryptic. This is the first time I made any form of puzzle game, and I did not have anyone to test it with because of the nature of it being three players, and then not having two friends who owned the game at the time. So it was not a it was not an easy process, and I probably made this way more cryptic than I needed to, but it was an attempt. It was a first attempt. I don't know if I'll make anything new. But some disclaimers on the state at which I made it. It was still in the early stages of the creator or of the Steam or the editor for this game. So I'm not sure. I haven't checked the editor lately, but uh, certain items will be marked as key items, and they are not. That's just the game automatically marking them upon placing that they are key items, even if they are not. And the object names are also not editable, so ignore the object names for the most part. They're pretty negligible. You could just look at them and figure it out that way, I would say. So, I would like to shout out Superdura and Tankadella. They were two devs who helped me a lot when I could not upload this map to the Steam Workshop because of some error in between it. And I originally never expected to make this video because I was just gonna make this for my friends and me, and I was gonna just send it to the the dev competition just for kicks and giggles, just for kicks. But then I got messaged like 2 months after the competition ended, or actually it might have been longer. I actually don't know the time frame. I don't remember when I made it, but I got messaged and I was like, oh, this person's like, oh, how do you do this? And I was like, what do you mean? You're actually doing this? And then I try and explain it. And I don't make a video. I did not make a written guide because a lot of this stuff would be difficult to describe without seeing. Maybe I'll make a written guide at some point, but it's highly unlikely because of the way the Steam formatting with the spoilers and everything is a super big pain in the butt to format. And I would have to do it for three different parts, and it would get complicated. So I'm just gonna make a video guide here. I'm not sure if I'll be doing it in such a way that it's room by room, or if it's more like flow wise, in which I just go from one to the other to the other. I'll probably end up trying to do it room by room for the most part to make it less confusing. and to make it so I could break it up into multiple parts, but we'll see. I'm just kind of freeballing it right now, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I got messaged. Someone was like, "Oh, how do you do this?" And I was like, "What do you mean? How did you even find this?" And they're like, "Oh, it made it into the top 30 of the competition." I was like, "Oh, really?" So I go and check, and I see I have like 400 downloads at this point. I was like, "Oh, crap!" And then someone else commented on the page, and I was like, "Oh, we couldn't figure it out either." So I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll make a video. Why not?" So that's where I'm at right now. So that was probably not the briefest introduction slash explanation of what's going on here. I apologize for it being incredibly cryptic. It just kind of happened. You know, things start out great in your head, and then you put them out on paper, and they aren't the best. Alright, so now I'm going to go over the general guidelines slash rules slash some major hints that I tried to explain in the Steam guide, but probably failed. So 3 players, no less, no more. It's meant for 3, 1 spawns in each room, and that's how it's meant to be. You have less, you can't do it easily. My friends did find a way to phase through walls, but I'm not sure if that's still in or not. I did manage to prevent some soft locking of locking yourself into the antechambers or the airlocks, but it should be fine for the most part, unless you really try to soft lock yourself. It should be fine. So 3 players. I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again in case you skipped the intro or whatever. That's fine. Key items and object names. So the key items that are marked as key items, that's from the early development of the editor. Like, some of the items that were marked from the main game are still marked as key items. Just completely ignore key items. Or, like, not ignore them, but don't think that everything that is marked as a key item or everything not marked as a key item is not a key item. As well as object names. The object names you're unable to change in the editor at the time that I was creating this. I don't know if you're able to do it now, same with the key items, but object names are largely also negligible. You just look at them and try and observe what they are for what they are. And then here comes the one that is probably the most not requested, but probably the most confusing part. So the way I set it up is each lock on a door. So, like, for example, there's a combination lock, there's a object lock, and there's like another object lock, but that one that has letters and stuff, which you'll be able to find out once you're in the game. So, like, there's 3 doors leading to one final room, essentially, and each of these doors are connected to each of the 3 players' rooms. So one player has a combination lock with numbers, one has one with the letters on the cubes, and one has objects. So the way that this works is that, say there is a cube in slot A, or in the first slot of the object. So you need 5 to unlock it. This is the first one. There will be some sort of hint either on that object or in another room that corresponds to a number and letter for the other rooms. And say that cube is in the first slot. That will also mean the letter and the number corresponding to that object will be in the first slot or first order of numbers or whatever, or letters, in the other locks. So say you have a cube that says like 5C, and that cube is in the first slot, that means the combination of the other locks will start with a 5 and the other one will start with a C for the letter one. I hope that clarifies something. If you still don't get it, I will be doing a whole walkthrough of this, and it will probably take a while, and maybe it'll make more sense by then. But that's how that's going to work. Another thing is, each of the individual rooms have like at least one individual puzzle that needs no outside help or like no help from the other rooms to solve, quote unquote solve. Now, these are not all created equal, I'll admit it right now. Some of the rooms are probably more interesting than the others. Or One Room, yeah, One Room probably sucks in particular, especially if you do not know Avatar: The Last Airbender. But I tried to clarify that as well by putting it on right next to the hint. But there's a chance that people just completely missed it anyway because, again, I made it cryptic, I made things hard to find, and it's a mess. So each room has one individual puzzle, but at least one. But for the most part, cooperation is required. You have to move things between the rooms using the airlocks, which are I think you'll be able to figure them out without me explaining them. But essentially, one player's in the Victorian Room, which is it's the one with the number lock. The Egyptian Room is the one with the letter lock, and the Medieval Room is the one with the object lock. And the Medieval Room also has, I would say, the largest, not largest, but like the most straightforward hints, or probably the only hints, to be honest, towards what goes in which slot. And they all have to probably be doing the most communication, other than the Egyptian player 2, who has to run in between the two transferring items. But that's about it for the general guidelines and rules of this that I could think of off the top of my head right now. Maybe I'll add more later. Alright, so now that I'm finally done running through the guidelines, rules, and introduction, I can actually start on walking you through on how to do it. So I'm going to start with the Victorian Room. I'm probably just going to go through and try and do this in a flow-wise manner. I'll try and limit myself as much to one room as possible at any one time, just for clarity. But if you don't want any spoilers or anything, don't watch this part, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. So I'm gonna just go through and try and explain each thing, each clue, each puzzle, and how to solve it. So I'll just start over here. There's a pot. Okay, that was some delay. There's an arrow right there. If you look around, I'm gonna grab this for later. The arrow points to this button. Click the button. Drawer opens. Alright, you see that X? There's another button. You press that button. Well, you could look through here. I don't think there was anything useful in this drawer that I can remember. I think there was a haha got you somewhere along the way, to be honest. But I don't think there's anything important. But this one is important. I don't remember if this cube is important or this cube, but I'm gonna grab them anyway. You can't open those. Zebra you need for later, and you need the skull as well. So I believe that completes everything you have to do with the desk off the top of my head. We'll just go to this one because this is pretty straightforward. I guess the textures on the pyramid changed because this was initially just a white pyramid. I'm hoping that didn't mess up the other pyramid in the other room. Also, I removed the doors currently just because I can't walk through them. I don't have 3 people here, so I just needed to remove the doors. So this is an energy pyramid, biology, energy pyramid, food chain pyramid, however you want to think of it. So what eats grass? Zebras. What eats zebras? Lions. And then lions die and they feed the grass. So that goes at the top. Take this piece. You'll need it much later. Let's see here. The other individual puzzle in here would be, you see this, rips or fluffers, and then you see, maybe you don't see, it's a little hard to tell, but Sir Fluffers was wearing a hat. So you go over here, grab the hat, might as well grab this ball because you'll need it later as well. Stick the hat on Sir Fluffer's head, and grab the key. Oh, wait, no, there is one more thing with this desk, I forgot. You're going to need a pyramid. A yellow pyramid, this is it, okay. Now I think that's am I stuck? Okay, I'm not stuck anymore. I think that's it for this room, currently. Or in terms of, like, individual things you could do. This I'll come back to later. So I'm going to move into this next room. I don't think there's anything in here. So onto the Egyptian room. I'm gonna grab this cube. Just pick up all the letter cubes. I don't remember which ones off the top of my head are actually important. But this is an indicator that you're supposed to place the stone cubes here. So this is the letter lock. Let me run back and I'll show you the combo lock, which I don't think you'll need me to explain, but it's a number combo lock. There's 5 here. Letter lock also has 5 right here. I made this button a little bit obvious, but I will explain that in a second. So you spawn over here, you have some aesthetic stuff. You have a box full of more cubes. Just gonna grab all of these. I don't actually remember which one's important, so again, I'm just gonna grab all of them. Some aesthetic stuff. And then here we go. So if you don't know Avatar: The Last Airbender, then this will probably make very little sense. Okay, I didn't write the, I changed that. So I used to have something saying like, oh, the opening of Avatar, whatever. And you get water, earth, fire, air. So that corresponds to this. So this is the button, water button. And then there is a rock button here, or earth button. Fire button here, corresponding with the fire. Did I hit the button? I hit the button, right? And then there's air button over here, signified by the empty globe. That lowers this, and you are able to grab this pyramid. Okay, it looks like this pyramid was not messed up by the texturing. I don't know what happened to the other one, but yeah. And in case you're wondering, these are just red herring. If you don't know what a red herring is, it's written right here, but a red herring is just a distraction, so yeah, red herring. Let's see. I'll be honest, I don't remember which key. Oh wait, no, this is a medial key. Never mind. All right, so onto this one. This is probably one of the first cooperative puzzles I'll be explaining that I could think of. So it says, I scream, you scream, we all scream for blank, and then bring it to me. So you pick this up. You go over here, you close up the door, or you place it in here, close up the door, or whatever. Other person from here gets it. They come over here, see the keep cool, see the fire, use the fire, open it up, and then we have some ice cream. Yes, this is supposed to be ice cream, hence the spoons. It's not the greatest. There's some red on the spoons, because I guess there's strange ways of editing. You come back here, see brown, you stick brown on. Okay, yeah, the painting definitely messed up stuff, but that's fine. Red, brown on there, pink on there. Open that up. Got a smile from the mummy, and then you get another key item here. This item will also come in handy later. I just picked these up because I forgot which ones off the top of my head I would needed, so I'm just gonna throw these back down here. Okay. Well, maybe you shouldn't be throwing those all over the place. Alright, that button's not supposed to be there, but that's fine. It's not. I think it disables itself anyway. And then I will be running over here, grab this cube. Not sure if I need it. Grab this orb as well. Oh, right. Before I go into that room over there, I am going to look down at here and you see, earn the respect of Raam. Or earn the respect of Raam by sacrificing the 3 orbs with blue acid. So you look up, you see Raam. Hopefully, as I said, I did make it a little difficult to see through to which room is which. You got some hints up here. You just click on the knife or the daggers to open them up. And you've got some indicators here to indicate what is important, what you place here. But that will be later. That's the object lock, essentially. So, I already grabbed the orb. You have a chest there that you can't open. This one is strange because it sometimes spawns in different ways, but that will be important later. So, use the sword. Not the greatest animation. I'll be the first to admit it. Not the greatest animation, not what I was going for, but it happens. Okay, this is... Okay, the lighting got messed up a little bit on this object, but again, I think that was probably with the retexturing and everything. Not actually sure how to fix that. Or, actually, that's my first time seeing it, so I didn't even know it needed fixing. Alright, so here's where we come in with the yellow pyramid, indicated by the drawing of a pyramid. Can I scroll all the way? Okay, that way. Just stick that there, open it up, grab the key. I believe this goes somewhere in here as well, but I don't recall where. Actually, this might be in the other room. I'll find out eventually. But anyways, as before, the respective Raam from the pyramid room. You see it drawn on here. Hopefully that's enough to tip you off with the 3 golden indicators, quote-unquote golden indicators. Stick the balls in here. They should lock into place. Don't just chuck them in, otherwise I don't think it'll fall into the slot. And then right here is where you got your blue acid. Indicated by the skull, I guess. I don't know. Go over here, pour it on there. And then I don't think we need that anymore. I hope that's not destructible, because that would be a soft lock possibly. And then you go back over here. Raam has bowed to you. You get the other cube. Alright, so... Right, we have this key. This goes in here. Opens this up. That's from the pyramid block. We get another cube. Oh, there's the other. There's where the other key goes. Right. This key goes in here. Open it up. Get another cube. And then we're going to go back to this room, because this room has pretty much all the hints you'll need to solve each combination. So you'll see, check the pills. So we go back to the thing we found from the other room. I don't need this anymore. Check the pills. Zoom in. You see A is circled, and you see 4 times 2. Hopefully. Hopefully you see 4 times 2. And this has position 1 written on the bottom as well. Hopefully that helps. I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But the important part is the A. Maybe I should have just crossed out the rest of the letters, I don't know, but I thought circling the A would be enough. And then 4 times 2 is 8. So that means A is the first letter you will need for the letter combinations. And then 4 times 2 is 8, so 8 will be the first one for the number lock. 1 second. I have to pull this up on my other one just so I could remember what each one is. There we go. So going over to here, 2 sides of the same blank. So you go to the sphere, quote unquote, that you found in the coin bag area or in the chest. And this one might have been a little bit more cryptic because of the I. I as in the letter I. I was hoping people would get that, but I'm not sure if anyone ever will. But that I is supposed to correspond to the letter I, and then that is a 1. That is the number 1. So in position 2, you will have the block I, the letter block I, and you will have the number 1 in position 2 for the number lock. So we put that one here. And then this one is incredibly hard to see. I'm assuming because of the lighting changes. Before it was very easy to read, but now it is very hard to see. This is supposed to say K blank blank V blank S. So you fill in the blanks, hopefully with the drawing as being useful and able to see, or like, is an indication that's supposed to be Knives Out. Kind of a reference to a movie, kind of not really. You look at this arrow, you see it pointing up. So we're gonna go back to the other room that had the knives, or daggers, whatever you want to call them. And then we're gonna look for up. Up is 3C, so that means 3 will be the third. Oh, well, hold on. I believe this is in the 3rd position of the objects. So 3 is going to be... Yeah, okay, so 3C. So 3, it will be position 3, number 3 for the number lock. And it will be C for the third position in the letter lock. This one's check the drawer, so I'm going back to the item I took out of the drawer in the very beginning. This one says this shape sides, not the greatest grammar, equals position is equal to number. So this is supposed to indicate, see how it's a 2D object. It's not supposed to be 3D. It says cube. It's not a cube. It's supposed to be a square. So this S shapes sides equals position equals number. So square. But I just noticed that the sides are cut off. But we're going to pretend this is a square because I don't recall them having these corners cut before, but I don't know, updates and everything. Okay, so shape sides 4, position 4, number 4. So number 4 on the number lock, it will be 4. On the position, it will be position 4, and the shape sides equals 4. So the S is in pink. That is to indicate that the fourth letter lock will be at 4, or the fourth letter lock's letter will be an S. So stick that here. Okay, great positioning. And then object has 5 faces. So that is this you found, I believe it was in the Egyptian room after doing the elemental puzzle. So 5 faces. 5th position was the way I was thinking about it, but I just added this banner here just to help clarify that because everything else is cryptic anyway. And 7F, so that means the last number lock will be 7, and the last position in the letter lock will be an F. So we stick that in there, and that should unlock that door. Yep, okay. Going over to the other ones, I have them written down here, so I'm not going to go back and run in between to explain each one again. So it should be A, that's L, where's I, that's T, I'm so stupid. This is an I, this is not an H. Yeah, if I looked at that, I would have known. So I did write lowercase and uppercase to try and clarify things, but I'm still a massive idiot, and that's an I. So A, I might just cut out that me running around randomly. A, I, C, S, F. That'll unlock that door. And then running over to the number lock, it should be 81347. 347, and that unlocks that. Alright. Final door. This is the one people actually managed to get to somehow. I am going to be completely honest. I don't know how they did. But if they managed to make it this far, kudos to you. I'm sorry I made this last one pretty cryptic. It was not intended. Well, it was kind of intended, but not. It wasn't meant to be impossible for people to figure out. So, again, you have to come back to this room. This is the room with all the hints. And you have to look carefully, because I'm stuck again. Okay. Because there is this panel here. So, you see objects is yellow, numbers are red, and then that's supposed to be letters. That's supposed to be an envelope. Inside is letters, and letters are blue. So just remember that objects are yellow, letters are blue, and numbers are red. And that corresponds to this. So Objects are yellow, so you need object 2 and object 5 from the lock, which we will go and take right now. Object 2 and object 5 from the lock, from that lock. So this, see the blue 3? That will mean you need letter 3. And then the red 3, you can't take the number off of the door, obviously. You can change it around, but it won't do anything. You can't take the third number. Or, yeah, you can't take the third number off. So, that's where this comes in. This is from this room. Unfortunately, I could not take it off of this thing at my current level, or whatever I was doing at the time. I was also trying to rush to get it done. There's probably some way you could get the number off, but this is the 3. And it may not be the greatest indicator, the triangle, but... Oh, wait. I tried to draw it. It didn't come out very well. Stick the 3 there. Stick the 5 here. Place 2 here. And then, I believe it was C. That was in the 3rd position. And you do that. And... yeah, okay, I definitely messed up somehow. This is probably on my side, so if you did get this, if you did manage to figure out that this is what you were supposed to do, congratulations. I will be trying to fix this, I guess, now, after seeing this, but I will... This is the solution. If you got this, consider yourself a winner, I guess. Sorry for everything being cryptic. First time attempt. I'll probably come back at some point and try and make another one that is significantly less cryptic. But it was fun making, it was a challenge, and we'll see what happens in the future.